It's early September already, and it's time for another gardening update. We were looking at some of the tomato plants over by the storm shelter and saw that we had quite a few that were ready to pick. This plant is the Sleeping Lady, and it's got quite a few tomatoes on it all by itself. And here's a look at the tomatoes we picked just around the storm shelter. Close to half of these came from 2 Sleeping Lady plants. I've been impressed with the productivity and staying power of those. We grew 2 different types of melons this year, and we've been getting a few here and there. While I was over by the storm shelter, I found a newly hatched black swallowtail butterfly. Way back in May, I stuck 5 pepper plants back behind the shed, and it's turned into a mini pepper forest / jungle. The first plant is an Ahi Rico, and it's loaded with peppers, so next month will be a great pepper month back here. Second one is also a Ahi Rico. Most of these plants are about waist tall, and they would be taller if they were staked. The third plant is either a Ahi pineapple or an Ahi lemon, and I won't know that till I taste one. I didn't mark any of these plants, but I can kind of tell what they are just by looking at them. The fourth plant is an Ahi mango, and just on the other side of it, the fifth plant is also an Ahi mango. Those will turn orange when they turn ripe. I'm going to try to grow some peppers from my pepper projects over the winter, and I've been saving seeds for that. I already have some seedlings growing, and we'll check some of those out in just a second. I don't have any seedlings growing from this one yet, but I have some turning red now, so I'll be starting some soon. This pepper is from the Black Pearl project, and my goal with it is to get darker foliage and keep the peppers upright. For a while I was mistakenly including this one with the Purple Flash project. Here's some seedlings I started from that one. I'm going to keep a couple of the very darkest ones and cull the rest. This is an F2 Purple Flash hybrid, and I would be happy if I could keep this one just the way it is. I like the contrast of the dark foliage with the peach-colored peppers. Here's some of the seedlings I started from it, and I've got some variegation showing up in some of them, so I'm not sure how to proceed with that. I might save a few of those and then save some of the darker ones. A couple of our Purple Flash hybrids are what I would call dwarfs, and the one on the right is variegated, and I save seeds from it. It has very small peppers that turn red when ripe. I started about 30 of those, and very few of them show any signs of variegation at all, so I'll be saving a few of those and culling the rest. This little pepper I have growing in a grow bag with some other ornamental peppers, and it's only about 4.5 inches tall and about 8 inches wide. It looked much better a month or 2 ago. Here's what the peppers look like when they're ripe. They turn kind of a reddish orange. Here's a look at the seedlings from that one. There's quite a bit of variability in these. A couple of them are trying to get tall. Some of them are really dark, and quite a few of them have that variegation going on. I think this one will be the hardest one to decide which ones to keep and which ones not to. While we're in here with the grow lights, I might as well show you my new Venus flytrap in a bottle. This is one I bought mainly for the plant because I could buy it as it is here cheaper than I could buy an adult plant. It can't stay in this bottle much longer, so I'll be having to transplant it very soon. We've got lots of sunflowers in bloom now, and some of those are getting pretty tall. I staked a couple of them, but they're getting so tall they're pulling the stakes over. I love seeing all the pollinators on them too, especially the native ones. We have a few sunflowers back by the fence that are about fence tall, and there are other sunflowers that are quite a bit taller than those. like the ones you're seeing here. This pepper plant has 8 different peppers growing on it right now. I grafted 7 different types of peppers onto this pepper plant, and all of them have peppers on them. This one is an ají rico, and as you can see, it's got quite a few peppers on it. Then right next to it is either an ají lemon or an ají pineapple. We'll find out that whenever this one gets ripe. And I'm not sure what type of pepper this is, but I think it's a sweet pepper. And then right next to that one is the black pearl hybrid. And it has a very tiny pepper that's just set on. Then the next pepper is a buena mulata. It also has a very tiny pepper that's set on, but I harvested 1 pepper off of this one already. As you can see, it's really small, but it has quite a few blooms getting ready to open. Then we have the Cuban L, and it's got 2 peppers on it. And right behind it is a shishito, and it's got a couple of peppers on it also. I'm really happy with how well all of these grafts have done, considering I did the grafts outdoors. The plant that I grafted them to is a Sugar Rush Cream, and here's what the peppers look like on it. That's the number 8 pepper there. 8 different peppers growing on 1 plant. I don't think I've talked about it much, if I've talked about it at all, but I started 5 new fig plants from our Chicago cold hardy fig, and I did those by simple layering for 4 of them and air layering 1 of them. I hope to have a video up on that soon. Here's a look at what the Olympian fig looks like. It was very tiny when I got it this spring, and it's grown a little bit, but not a whole lot. The sweet potatoes are something that I also haven't talked about very much, but they're doing very well and are sprawling out in all directions. You can't even see the straw bales anymore, even though I have 6 of them. And those are starting to break down a lot, so I'll be harvesting these before you know it. Probably in the next couple of weeks or so, maybe a little longer. And I wanted to show you one here I can actually see between the straw bales. That one's a red garnet. The blister beetles have been really hard on the eggplants this year. I have a couple to harvest here, and then after that I think I'm going to be pulling this plant out. This time of year I pull a plant here and pull a plant there until everything's gone, usually shortly after it frosts. Be sure to let us know how your garden's doing, and don't forget to like and share this video. We'll see you next time.